Well, I've been aware of the Marrakech Film Festival for a long time. It's a quite well-known festival, famous for its great hospitality, famous for a good opportunity to come to Morocco for people that love Morocco, and they always have a good international component, and the selection often is a lot of films that sometimes I wouldn't normally see, just because of distribution patterns and all that. So it's a good opportunity to see African films, Arab films, Moroccan films. It's seldom the character, really, because you don't know what the character is until you get there. It has a lot to do with situations, and the director is very important to me, because I believe in very much as a viewer and as someone that works in film, I believe in auteur cinema. I'm drawn to authors, so that's what draws me. And in the case of like historical characters or characters based on real life, they're attractive in the respect that I don't really like biopics, but I like the opportunity to do a deep dive into research. And sometimes that research can really be stimulating if it's an interesting person, like T.S. Eliot, or like Pier Paolo Pasolini, or Jesus, or figures that it gives you a good excuse to learn something. Van Gogh. You learn something and it shifts your understanding, and that always opens the door to inhabit or imagine another life that is not yours. I try to find artistic fulfillment in everything that I do. It doesn't always work out, but that's what we try to do. You like to mix it up. You like to exercise different muscles. And after you've been around for a while, different people propose things to you. So it's nice to balance things out so you don't get in a routinized way of being, or you don't start to believe you're one thing. I think it's very flexibility for me is very important as an actor, because it's very important to enter each project with a kind of beginner's mind, a kind of like, what is this? And the only way that you can do that is not to get in a kind of rhythm where you're creating a persona that is inflexible, or you're working in a certain way that's inflexible. Because the way of working is very different in big films and little films. It's all pretending, it's all acting, it's all making things, but how you get there and how you collaborate and how you approach things and time management and all those things are very different. So I like to always mix it up. There's lots of difference. The one that makes it really easy to understand, I think, is think of musicians. It's the difference of playing live and playing in the studio. When you're playing live, you control your rhythms. There's no stopping. You get the energy of the audience. There's something healthy because all those moments are connected. When you're in the studio, you can reach a certain kind of perfection because you can cut, you can tweak, you can redub, you can do all those things. But it loses a kind of challenge or risk of doing it in all one piece. I think those are the main differences. The idea of time. The idea of time, I think, is the main thing, because they're both collaborative things, but when you're working in the theater and when you're performing, it's you out there in real time with people watching you. The fact that it's not going to last, that it's going to disappear, gives it a power that sometimes makes it more memorable than film, because film can stay with you forever, but those are at some point they become frozen moments. I also like the feeling in the theater. You have this to some degree when you're working on a film, but when you have a theater piece and you have a general kind of score, there's all kinds of theater pieces, but you wake up in the day and you know that everything you do in that day is going to contribute to your inhabiting that character at night. And it connects your personal life with your creative life in a way that I really like. And then every night you go through this ritual where you pour everything that's happened into you into that form. And I like that feeling. It connects your life with your work. I mean, AI, everybody's worried about, you know, the rights of a person. When you shoot a movie, they're worried that it's they're going to take that image and they're going to use it elsewhere without your consent. That's happening already on the internet. Think of all the people that are making memes and are you know, having sites and selling to advertisers and making a lot of money off of your image. But I can't worry about that. I hope someone worries about it for me. But, you know, it's a brave new world. I can't deal with it. I'm too busy enjoying doing what I do. AI is a little scary. I mean, and it's refined to a point. You know, you see some of these deep fakes, and they're incredible. They're pretty incredible. And now they even have a app that you can speak in your own voice in another language, and they actually are able to use your voice and translate it into another language and make the sync perfect and make it in perfect, you know. I don't speak Greek, but, you know, with this app, I can speak perfect Greek. So there's lots of things going on, but I think what you were referring to is the de-aging thing, which I don't think it's reached a good level. I've seen films where it's used and you always are a little repelled by it. It doesn't really work.